So coming back to my scenario. So let's say an immigrant. They found their ideal car. They found their ideal dealership. They're there. What would be your final advice? Like what strategies they should apply in order to get the best deal possible?
Absolutely. Let me summarize this for sure. Welcome Lydia to my channel Auto Reviews 24. So Lydia, first of all, thanks again for taking your time. So what brings you to my channel today?
Today I came here because, as you know, I'm not an expert on buying new cars. I've never bought a new car in my life. I always buy used cars. And today I'm here to pick your brain about, so let's say I'm a new immigrant. I'm brand new to Canada. And I've been in Canada, let's say 2 months. So, and my mind is on a new car. So what should I do? Like, what would be the best approach to get the better deal? And just for me to understand where I need to go, should I just go to any dealership I found on Google? Or like, should I start with Facebook Marketplace? Because I know like a lot of dealers, they post like their advertising there as well. So what would you do if you were brand new to this country?
Certainly, I would love to, shed some light and knowledge over here. For sure, if you are an immigrant or someone new to Canada and you really want to get into a new car space, there are certainly some, good best practices which you should consider and kind of follow that, so that the value which you derive out of it would be higher on your favor. For example, you should certainly do some research before getting into buying these cars in particular new category. Like, we have so many different segments of cars, like from small to subcompact to compact to mid-size to full-size SUVs, then sedans, then all electric cars, trucks. So first of all, you need to kind of make sure that what type of segment or what car do you want to buy. So narrow it down to, let's say, family car is what you are looking for. A 3-row mid-size SUV, right, is what you want to look for. You then go kind of research it. There are websites out there like Car Cost Canada or Unhangle, which kind of provides you details about the transactional prices of those cars by different dealers across Canada. So you will come to know that, okay, this dealer has sold this particular car for $5,000 less than the overall market value, right? That means you can kind of understand the pattern of it, and then you kind of reach out to closest dealerships, right? Find out more than one dealer, go ahead and have a test drive and kind of get a quote, and then get multiple quotes around that, so that you can kind of use that in your advantage to kind of negotiate the deal. Another important factor I can recall immediately is, when you are buying a new car, don't focus on the financial aspect of it, that oh my god, how much would be my monthly payment or my bi-weekly payment. Focus on negotiating your full and final out of the door price of your car. Reduce that amount. That will automatically help you reduce your monthly or bi-weekly payment. Also, understand that the dealership will also try to oversell some add-ons or some paint protection and other interior protection and stuff like that. You need to ask a question to yourself, do you really need that, right? Because sometimes those things are overpriced. You can actually go after market and get that things done.
Yeah. Actually, I've heard that some dealership sometimes they tell you, okay, you can get these cars and 3 free tickets to Las Vegas.
Yeah, this all are lucky draws, right? It doesn't guarantee you those free tickets, right? It's just a way of attracting you to get into their business policy. Or but yeah, I mean, coming to some basic thought process which can certainly help you is what I mentioned so far. And on top of that, right, you need to negotiate every part of your deal separately, right? Let's say you already have a car in which you also want to trade in. So you negotiate your trade-in value separately than your new car buying value. So you negotiate, let's say Palisade, for example, right? This car is out of the door for $67,000. So you try to see if you can get that price reduced to 65 or something, what is the ideal price for you to pay. And then talk about trade-in value at the very last. Don't bring it initially. That will make sure that you get the highest trade-in value to compensate your buying price, right? And same with
could you give an
yeah.
example? Let's say somebody wants to buy the same car you drive now, and then let's say they have Toyota RAV4 as a trade-in, and
yeah, so what I mean by that is I will go to the showroom, I'll finalize this, and I find that okay, out of 3 dealers, this dealer is giving me good price. I will negotiate with that person about how much he can give me this Palisade out of the door sticker price, right? And once I am confident that okay, I wanted to buy this for $65,000 and dealer is okay to give me for that price, that is when I bring my second card that hey, I have a Toyota RAV4 with me. I would also like to trade in. What is the trade-in value you can provide, right? And then negotiate your trade-in value separately from your car buying experience.
Oh, I see.
So that if initially you would bring that, then he will also factor your trade-in value and kind of calculate his advantage over that, about how much he can earn from your trade-in car, and accordingly he will discount your new car price, right? Third thing is, as I mentioned about, is financing options, right? Discuss your financing option separately from your new car buying option. After you are done with your car deal, you then get into financing option, whether leasing or financing for 5 years, 7 years, or what is right for you, right? And mind you, every dealership has their own financing organization, and they would always want to give you the best rate possible, because at the end of the day they want to sell cars, right? So the best time for you to buy cars is always end of the month, end of the quarter, or end of the year, right? Because they run on sales targets, and to achieve the sales target, it is important that they sell those cars which are sitting in their lots. The car sits in their lot for more than 60 days, they end up losing money. So those are some things which, if you keep in mind, chances of you getting a better deal out of the door from a dealership with the car which you want are higher, right?
So coming back to my scenario, so let's say an immigrant, they found their ideal car, they found their ideal dealership, they're there. What would be your final advice? Like, what strategies they should apply in order to get the best deal possible?
Absolutely. Let me summarize this for sure. I mean, let's take an example or a scenario where we are talking about a new immigrant, someone who is new to Canada. So we also need to know for the fact that what are the challenges they need to come across. So first of all, that new immigrant or an individual should also make sure that they understand the familiarity of financing in Canada, like the credit score system or the financing terms and everything, right? At the same time, if language is a barrier, they should bring someone with them, like their friends or colleague who has a better communication skills to negotiate on their behalf, right? And third, obviously, is documentation, right? You need to make sure that you have the valid driving license. You need to make sure that you have insurance coverage and everything before you even go ahead and shop around. Coming back to the tactics and strategies which we can use as a winner, coming out as a winner from a dealership, is, as I mentioned earlier, right? Focus on the out of the door price of your car, number one. Number two, negotiate every part separately, like car price, trade-in value, financing terms. Keep it separate from each other, right? That way you will be able to carve better value out of it. And at the end of the day, right, another important thing is negotiating the overall features, right? Like you want add-on services, paint protection, blah blah blah, extended warranty, everything, right? It's something which is very subjective, and you should also consider it only if you feel that you want it. And overall, at the end of the day, right, if you follow this basic fundamentals as I mentioned, obviously leverage your competition, very important factor. Go check out with more than one dealers and compare the quotes, and let the dealers kind of talk to each other in terms of making you the best price or best value possible. And last but not the least, one of the most important factor is walk away power. We as a consumer always have a walk away power. If you feel that the dealership is not giving the price which you want, just simply walk away. 9 out of 10 I have seen that they will certainly give you a call back and kind of say, hey Mr. Ankit or Miss Lydia, I understand you are looking for 65,000. I think we have discussed with our manager and probably we can do something similar to you. Why don't you come back, right? So those are some good important levers which you can use and make good deal for your new car buying experience next time. And by the way, if they are and if you need more details about which car is the best, just go to my channel Auto Reviews 24, like and subscribe, and also view my videos that will give you more details and confidence about decision making in terms of which car is the best for you. I hope this information is enough for our newcomers to kind of make informed decisions. We had a great conversation, Lydia. Again, thank you for coming to my channel. Looking forward to more such conversations in the future. Let's bring some more important information for our audience so that they can make the right informed decisions, and we will do the research for them.
Yeah, and I would love to have you on my regular podcast. And yes, so let's continue our conversation.
Absolutely, I love the idea and the name of your channel, From Ice to Nice, for sure. Very interesting and compelling. Looking forward to being part of your channel as a podcast speaker, and we'll go from there. Thank you again.